Passionate Living on WBBZ TV is sponsored by the Aura Salt Cave, offering holistic services unique to the alternative health and wellness community. They're located at 6429 Transit Road in East Amherst, online at aurasaltcave.com. And Dr. Todd Shatkin, Western New York's leader in general and cosmetic dentistry, located at the Aesthetic Associates Center, 2500 Kensington Avenue, online at drtshatkin.com.
Hi, I'm Kat Miller. Thanks for joining me on this week's exciting adventure of Passionate Living. Have you ever thought about living off the land like our ancestors? Well, maybe that's just a little extreme for most of us, but how about learning some basic wildlife skills that can enrich your life? Today, I'm going to introduce you to wilderness expert Christopher Nyerges, who has authored a number of books and guided thousands of people in their quest to embrace the great outdoors. From Christopher's School of Self-Reliance in Southern California, we're going to learn some amazing tips that you won't want to miss. Next, for anybody who watches the show on a regular basis, you've probably figured out by now that I'm a fan of local markets. Be they farmers markets, craft markets, whatever. I just love discovering new yummy treats and homemade products. So let's take a walk through a very cool farmers market tonight and discover some delicious ideas. But first, Samantha Latshaw is going to show us how to make an easy, natural makeup remover that doesn't require using pre-made wipes or chemicals. So sit back, get comfortable, and let's take this week's journey into Passionate Living. Welcome to this week's edition of Tea Time with Sam and Kat. And Sam, you have more fun things for us to do today. I am so excited.
Yes, I do. But before we get started, let me serve you some tea, my friend.
I would love that. Thank you.
I brought one of my favorites, raspberry tea. Ooh. I like to have this when I want something sweet and not feel guilty.
Yes.
So especially when you add just a little bit of honey,
right.
It makes everything so great.
Exactly.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Lovely, isn't it?
This is really good. And you're right, it's nice. I love that it gives you that sweet hit, but you don't have to feel guilty about it because it's just a natural herbal tea. There's no sugar in it. So.
And I brought it because also spring is hopefully around the corner, so it gives you that springtime feeling. So today I brought some more of my natural home remedy ideas.
I love that. What do you have for us?
So, you know, instead of filling up these landfills with disposable one-time use makeup remover wipes.
Which are also bad for plumbing.
Yes, they are. Yes. I'm sure they are. So staying away from that one-time use, I like to use something natural that's reusable. Something that I would recommend are either makeup erasers or reusable cotton type cloths. And those are something that you could use over and over again as opposed to just using cotton as well, because cotton is also not very earth friendly. No. They use so many pesticides to make cotton, and honestly all those chemicals are being put on your face, and that also takes, it does degrade, it does break down, but it takes time.
Right, and it's so much better if you can do things naturally, the way our grandparents, great-grandparents did it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So today, I brought this waterproof. How stubborn is waterproof makeup is great, right? Because it will stay on.
Because you can fall in a pool at a party and come out looking good. Well, wait, maybe you don't do that often.
Fall into a pool at a party? Not lately. Not with baby Latshaw. No. My college days are over.
No. She doesn't need to learn how to swim just yet.
So the makeup, the eyeliner, I'm just going to show you. Rub on some waterproof eyeliner.
Okay.
And we know how stubborn that could be.
Yes.
And this so natural. Coconut oil is just really the gifts of the gods. You can use it for so many things. For makeup remover, you can use it for, some dryness on the skin as a mask.
I use it when I get out of the shower. I just rub down with coconut oil. My skin is so much softer when I remember to do that.
Yeah, so just rub that on.
I use it sometimes for my lips to get a little natural gloss. Just a little coconut oil over your lipstick and it's all natural.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then also, you could also use it as a hair mask, during the winter as well, and your hair gets a little dry and staticky. So you saw how it wasn't coming off at first, but there we go.
Wow, that's amazing.
All gone.
Wow, waterproof makeup. And usually, even with those wipes, when I rarely used them, like when it.
Now, forgive me. We're in the studio. I did not bring my reusable makeup remover pad. I just used a napkin. But please use that instead.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much, Sam. What a wonderful tip. Just at home, it's so easy, it's so inexpensive. Having a jar of coconut oil handy, you can use it for everything, and it's great for cooking too.
Yes, you could also use it. It's a great natural anti-inflammatory as well.
Bam, right there.
So you get your jar of coconut.
Well, thank you so much, Sam. I look forward to seeing you next week on Tea Time.
Till next time.
So today I want to introduce a very special guest who is a dear, dear friend of mine from many lifetimes. And Christopher Nyerges has written 22 books. He's been teaching self-reliance for over 45 years and is just one of the most amazing souls you want to meet. You definitely want to be out in the woods with him sometime and have that experience. And he's done a ton of television through the years. I remember seeing him on the X show. One time, I think you were skinning a rattlesnake on the streets of Santa Barbara, and you're working with Naked and Afraid now, and so much more. But Christopher, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Catherine, for inviting me. I remember when X show called me. That was a Fox TV show, and I thought it was a great concept. I had already been teaching survival skills for some 20 or so years, and they wanted me to show some of the outdoor skills. But we were not in Santa Barbara. We were in the streets of Los Angeles.
Oh, I thought when you skinned that rattlesnake, wasn't in Santa Barbara. That was in LA.
Everything was pretty much in downtown LA.
All right.
And there would be people walking by in suits, screaming, and so
I turned on the TV one day and there you were on the street.
There were no survival shows back then, remember?
Right,
so this was just a little segment on one of their talk shows called the X Show. The Man Show was a knockoff of the X Show.
Right.
And so my role was just to do like outdoor nature things in the city and pretend that I'm in the woods. So I'd be doing a map and compass and going across the crosswalk. One of my favorite ones is I was doing some animal tracking. And so I'm crawling along the street, and then there was a center divider on the street, and I'm crawling along trying to sniff and track whatever animals there, and people are honking and screaming. And it was actually a lot of fun. I was barefoot, of course.
Totally see you doing that.
Yeah, it was very enjoyable. And then there was Huell Hauser. That was very, probably one of the best TV things that I can recall doing, because Huell was so authentic. And for people who don't know Huell Hauser, he was like California's leading, what can I say? He did features about every place and every person of significance in the state of California. He'd go to all of the historical places, go to all of the old restaurants. And we did a show starting in downtown LA. We went there because that was where the Yongna village was. The Yongna village is pretty much just outside of Alvera Street, or Little Tokyo, which is where LA began. LA began as an Indian village, and then the Spanish came in, and there was really a pretty terrible history in many ways. But so we found a vacant lot, and we spent most of our time on a vacant lot, and the freeway's right next to it. We collected all kind of herbs and medicines and foods, and then we went up to Dodger Stadium area and collected some more. And we made a little meal for Heel Hauser, and he seemed to be really blown away.
So now, what would you tell a viewer, like if they were to be going on a big hike or just hiking in general and they like to be outdoors, what are the skills that they should learn? What are the ones that you really would be good to have in your tool belt of knowledge going out?
Consult a map. If you're going to go very far from your car, consult a map just to see what's out there. I've gotten lost in high school on places where there was a Y fork and I didn't recognize it. I was miles. Of course, I had a backpack full of stuff, so I was never in any danger. But it's real easy to get, and most people today don't carry gear. They go out in flip-flops and a tank top because I'm going to be back in a short while. So the number one, consult a map. Tell somebody when you're going to be back. And it doesn't hurt to always learn about plant life. Go to botany lectures, study it online, take classes online. However you can learn about the flora of your area, the useful flora.
Right.
And then I always tell people you should carry a Swiss Army knife, just one of these guys. It fits in your pocket. There's a knife, there's a saw, there are scissors. So Swiss Army knife is a must-have. And this is one of my Bic lighters. This is a Bic lighter that we pack in, cover in duct tape. So you don't know what you're going to need the duct tape for, but you will need it.
Right.
And then, so you want a fire and you want a knife. Those are the most fundamental. And then I always suggest carry some twine, a little ball of twine or parachute cord just for tying things up, getting across the river. Parachute cord will, hold a lot of weight.
You've done a lot through television through the years, and you're working with Naked and Afraid now, correct? What capacity are you working with them?
All of the contestants, we've been on hiatus since COVID,
right?
And I think they're going to get started up again. But I would be for a couple of years. I'm the person, one of the initial people you talk to who I give them. There's a score you get called a PSR. Yeah. Well, I give them that score after an interview. And so basically I talk to the contestants. I have 6 or 7 categories that I rate them by. I ask them questions. They tell me their background. They want to get on the show. There's no pay. I mean, there's pay, but it's not really they're not doing it for the money. And so they're always exaggerating. I know they're always exaggerating how well they can do something. And I'm thinking, I have all this experience. I wouldn't want to go naked to a place I've never been to before.
I would not want to go naked.
Well, what would I? They've asked me several times, and I'm thinking, you'd have to bring the price way, way, way up before I'd even start thinking about it.
I'm not sure I'd want to go naked into a place I did know.
Think about it. 2 to 3 weeks.
Right.
You have to find your own food, shelter, everything. None of them make clothes. I've taught them how to make clothes, how to make shoes, how to make traps. Most of them don't make clothes. I would make clothes right away just as a comfort level.
Now, do you work with them before they do the show?
Very few, but some of them I spend half a day with. Right. And we go through fire, we go through weaving, we go through a number of real basic skills. But keep in mind, they get to choose one thing: a pot, a knife. Those who are smart take a knife, some take a fire starter. So I can't, I'm not teaching any modern skills with modern equipment. It's all what you can do with rope, what you can do with wood, and because the plants are going to be different if they're going into Central America or somewhere. I only talk about plants in the most generic sense.
Right.
How to catch fish, maybe, how to set traps. So I cover real basic things that theoretically can be applied anywhere.
Christopher, thank you so much for being on the show today and for sharing your amazing wisdom with us. And I just love having you here.
Thank you for inviting me, and I hope we meet up again soon.
I hope soon. Take care.
All right.
Thank you. I love markets. I love any kind of market, whether it's a farmer's market, an artisan's market, a flea market. I just love fresh foods, finding homemade items from the community and refound items, treasures from the past.
Well, we're so happy you're here. We have fresh food, fresh produce, pierogi, Easter chocolate, all of that stuff, kind of celebrating spring.
All of my favorite things. I love that you guys started a mushroom company right in the middle of the city.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I got into it because I was interested in urban farming mostly, and mushrooms, I was learning how they can remediate soil. So take what we find to be really toxic in the city and help us like rejuvenate it and bring it back to life.
I love that.
I do too.
So you use your passion to make a difference in the world by growing the mushrooms and helping to clean the soil.
Step by step. Yeah, it can be daunting, but there's no other way to go. One step up.
You saw. So Jules, that's her tag up there, but she's an amazing artist, and she started that at the beginning of the market.
Oh,
So
really?
She is that
how
fast and that
beautiful.
amazing.
Wow. That's a gorgeous piece of art. Wow.
So Cocoa Bombs are milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate. And we fill them with different types of hot chocolate mix. So some are salted caramel, some are mocha.
That looks amazing.
Yeah, thank you. So you just put it into a mug and pour about 8 ounces of hot milk or hot water on top. And it will melt the chocolate, and it's filled with marshmallows and cocoa. So it makes a really rich cup of hot cocoa.
That is so cool.
Yeah, thank you.
It's like cocoa on steroids. I love it. Yeah. Cool.
So we kind of started speaking to all the venues we know, asking if large venues could host like a safely distanced market.
Yeah.
So now we also have this monthly market where you can come together and kind of see all of those local makers in one place.
Wow, that's wonderful.
So instead of going to like the mall or to a Walmart or a Target, you just come here and you have just as many options, but they're all like your dollar is staying local and you're supporting the local community.
Which is so important.
So here's something you may have never seen before. I don't know if you like hummus.
I do love hummus.
This is a completely unique local product. Do you want to tell her what's different?
Yeah, what is different is we add green peas and we add nutritional yeast to our product. So we want to bring something that is healthy, that has more vitamins, and you can eat something that it has no artificial flavors or anything that it's chemical to your body. So it's a very clean label.
Because I got diagnosed with diabetes, not this past November, but the previous one, just before all this started happening. And so she wanted me to start eating something more healthy.
And I miss my avocados.
And she came up with this. That's how it was born.
Thank you so much for sharing. That's a great story. I love it.
Bitches Brew is a great marinade and salad dressing.
Yes.
It's made of balsamic, bourbon, and fresh wild cherries with a hint of molasses. It's excellent for marinades, particularly grilling. We grilled all summer last summer, and obviously we're waiting to grill again this summer. But also I use this for a great salad dressing for my caprese salads.
Beautiful. Beautiful job. This is great.
Thank you. We're very proud of what we do. We're a women-only local business, and we're very happy to be part of the Queen City Traveling Market.
Tara, tell me you helped to start this amazing market.
So the Queen City Traveling Market was myself, my company, Snowy Owl Kombucha and Tea. We are next to Fresh Fix in our business, and they do local delivery of all local fruits, vegetables, homemade Buffalo goods. And we also work with Buffalo Artisan Food Traders. They're off Sheridan, and they are a supermarket essentially made of only local goods. So we were discussing how all of the small businesses in Buffalo have been struggling to get through this year, and so we decided to try out a kind of traveling market to see if we can get vendors together.
I love that.
I'm Jen Wolf, and I work in the
Jen
hub.
Wolf.
Yes, I'm told I'm Queen Bee of the hub, but I don't know if that's an
Queen Bee.
official.
I like Queen Bee.
I don't know if that's an
I
official
think you should
title.
put it on your business card. Yeah, Queen Bee.
My name is Suzanne Green. I'm the marketing director. So just to back up a little bit, Fresh Fix is a local produce delivery company.
Okay.
We like to say that it's having the farmer's market delivered to you.
I love that.
Yes. So we work exclusively with New York State farmers and food producers. And every week, the owner of the company reaches out to our farm partners and says, what are you ready to harvest? He builds boxes based on what they tell him. And we make
What
those
a
available.
great idea.
Yeah, we make those available to our customers from Friday afternoon until Sunday night. They can choose to receive their subscription box untouched week to week, so it's a set it and forget it type of a subscription. However, we are very flexible. We allow you to log into your account, build your box from the ground up. Jen mentioned we call it a flex fix. So the different vendors that you see here, we carry their products as well. So meat, cheese, bread, you can do all of your grocery shopping on Fresh Fix.
That's so cool. What a great idea.
Thank
Especially
you.
during this time when people were staying in, that you could
Yeah.
actually have the farmer's market delivered to your door.
Absolutely.
This is your sister?
Yes, we are sisters, and this is our kombucha and tea company.
Yeah, so today we brought with us some of our canned kombucha. What we do is we bring a bunch of varieties and let people mix and match what 4-packs they want to take home so they can get a bunch of flavors. And then our other main product line is our hot tea. So we have all these teas that we make in-house that we bag into individual tea bags, so it's nice and easy. We have a mix of herbal, black, green, white, just to sort of cover. People who aren't drinking alcohol can always get our kombucha. People who are avoiding caffeine can have some of our herbal blends. Kids can have our herbal blends and some of our kombucha. A big focus of ours is to have things that taste good but are accessible to lots of people with different needs.
Oh, thank you. And what a successful market. When I came in, I thought it was just a few little businesses downstairs, and then you brought me up here, and holy cow.
Yes, so
it's
we have
remarkable.
over 50 vendors and artists in the market. Yeah.
And everything is just extraordinary. I mean, some of the local products are so unique.
And a lot of them have kind of met each other through the market, so now they're
Right.
doing collaborations, which is really cool.
Right. So these are air plants, and they just live on air.
Yeah, these are air plants. They don't need soil. They absorb water through the leaves. So all you have to do is either mist it a day, or you can soak it once a week for an hour. I actually keep mine in my bathroom.
I love that.
I think that was one of the things that inspired me to make it was there's not, my mom's an art teacher and I've always appreciated art, but just to see the natural beauty of something like, you know that the plant itself is so beautiful that whatever you do to it, as long as you can kind of make it stand out for its own reasons, you're never going to be as good as what nature is going to do already. So like, knowing you're not going to top it, it takes a lot of pressure off. So it's just fun.
Oh, that's beautiful. What a great project.
My art studio is open, although I'm not hosting people quite yet. I'm working with Chateau Buffalo. We do plant and pour nights. We teach mostly children. I'm a teacher. We work with kids and we get them in touch with community leaders and stakeholders. And we teach kids how to use art, not just to make a statement, but how to use it to connect with their community and how to make a difference. And it's free.
Wow.
We love it. Yeah.
I love that. I just love you. Beautiful job.
Thank you. I'm so happy. Everyone has just been really supportive, pulling together, volunteering so that we can make this work for free. So,
kudos to you. This is an extraordinary accomplishment, and
Thank you.
and
We're so
such
happy
a
with
gift to
it.
the community. Thanks. Thank you for joining us on today's adventure of passionate living. We hope you enjoyed our remarkable guests and found inspiration through their commitment to living their dreams and utilizing them in a way that inspires the world around them. A special thanks to our sponsors, Dr. Todd Shatkin and Associates, and to Aura Salt Cave in Clarence, New York. Their generous support makes this show possible. As well, to our camera crew and our amazing editors, as well as friends who volunteer their time to share stories and ideas, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Most importantly, I want to thank you, our viewer, for joining me tonight on this amazing ride of passionate living. Knowing that something in this show might add a bit of extra inspiration to your life today is one of my greatest joys and the reason we produce this show. So come back and join us each Tuesday and Thursday evening at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 11 a.m. You can view former Passionate Living shows on our YouTube channel at passionateliving.tv or on our website at passionateliving.com. As we close today's show, I want to share an insight that I had several years back. It was after something that I'd done and I didn't feel good about how it turned out. I'd been like unintelligent in my words or actions or something. To be honest, I don't even remember what the situation was that I was upset with myself about. But I heard a voice in my head say, "Gosh, "You're so stupid. Why did you do that?" In that moment, a light went on, and I realized that I had become my own worst critic. So I stopped the voice in my inner critic and said, "It's okay. I did my best, and that's what matters." So I just want to remind you that next time you start to beat yourself up for not feeling good enough, take a deep breath. Pause your thoughts and remember that you are an amazing soul doing the best that you can do in your life, and that's what matters. The best way to be loving to others is to learn to be loving to ourselves. Thanks again for watching, and wherever you are right now, I'm sending you a big hug, and I look forward to seeing you next week on Passionate Living.